Hey everyone, how you doing? Today I'm going to be answering a question from Luke. The question is about time management. How do I balance building instruments and repairing instruments? And he follows that question up with, at some point, you got to drop one to do the other, right? I'm actually going to expand this question because I have more in my life than just building and repairing instruments. I also have a family and a farm and another business. So how do I manage all of that? I don't care what you're doing, whether you're building instruments, you're a professional photographer, you're a business owner. I mean, whatever it is that you're doing, there are two essential skills that are completely necessary for success. One is managing money and having some financial literacy, and two is managing your time. Now, there's a few tricks that I've picked up along the years that have helped me manage my time. The first one is use a planner. If you're not using a planner, I honestly don't know what you're doing with your life. I can't help you if you're not using a planner. There is way too much to balance to not be writing it down. The other thing about planners is I actually like this planner called the Panda Planner, and it has spaces for like goals for the week, things that I liked about last week, things I want to improve this week. So it's sort of, it combines a planner with a journal, and I think that's really important because managing your time is not just about checking off the box of a to-do list. It's about orienting yourself within the context of your goals and making sure the things that you're doing and the way that you're managing your time is pushing you forward in the direction you want to be pushed in. So it's not just about a to-do list. So the other thing is block scheduling. Block scheduling is where you have blocks throughout your day set up 2 to 4 hours long, and each block is dedicated to specific things. So in the morning, maybe you have a 2-hour block dedicated to emails and phone calls and bookkeeping. And in that block, emails, phone calls, and bookkeeping is all you do. You do not do anything else. So block scheduling is a way to train yourself to focus on the tasks that you have to do. And this is probably the secret weapon of time management. I have read numerous times of successful people using block scheduling. It just is a really powerful thing because focus at the end of the day is the thing that we have to always be vigilant about. Block scheduling really helps train that into your day. Within each block, you'll have your to-do list. So the night before, I will sit down and I'll do my to-do lists for the next day. And maybe in my 4-hour repair block, I'll have 3 repair jobs that I need to work on. Now, next day comes, I'm in my repair block, I'm working on my to-do list, I get to the end of the 4 hours, but I haven't finished that third repair, I'm done. It doesn't matter. That repair block does not bleed over into the next block. And so I just have to, that night, make a note that the next day I have to finish up that repair. It's hard sometimes to do that, but that discipline and staying focused and staying on track with your block schedule is crucial to managing your time well and getting a lot of things done. The other thing is distractions. So you've got to eliminate distractions. And if it's hard for you to eliminate distractions like it is me, okay, I'm not preaching. This is a challenge for me too. I'm always trying to get better at this. My biggest thing is social media. So social media is like this double-edged sword. I use it for my business. My business needs it, but then I also get sucked into it and I end up wasting a lot of time. So it's like, if I could, my dream in life is to hire somebody to just do all my social media so I never have to log on to social media ever again for the rest of my life. That's like, if I ever have the money, that's the first person that I'm hiring. If it's hard for you, just think of it this way. 1 hour a day is 365 hours a year. You divide that by a 40-hour work week, and that's a little over 9 full weeks. So if you're on social media for an hour a day, if you total up all your little 5-minute Facebook sessions or your 10-minute Instagram sessions, if you total all that up and it equals 1 hour, then you're losing 9 entire work weeks a year. So keep that in your mind because that should be a motivation to cut the distractions down as much as possible. And then the last trick that I have for time management is just creating systems and processes that streamline things. So perfect example is a repair input sheet. So when clients used to bring me repairs, I'd write it all down on a sticky note or whatever random piece of paper I had laying around. It was very hard, first of all, for me to keep track of the bookkeeping end of all of that. And secondly, I would lose the sheets, I would forget to write something down, and I'd have to call them or email them. All that's sucking up time. Now, when someone comes and brings me a repair, I have a sheet, and Stuart McDonald has a sheet like this. Mine's a little different. I wanted some more detailed information because of my bookkeeping system, but you can print off the sheet that Stuart Mac has, and it's really nice. And so client comes in, they fill out this sheet, check boxes, name, address, email, all that stuff, what's being done, the total, and just that system saves me tons of time over the course of the year. And then the last thing is just making sure that your shop is organized and cleaned well, because you spend 10 minutes a day looking for that drill bit that you just had in your hand. Think of all the time that adds up because of that kind of stuff. And like I said, I still struggle with all this stuff. It's definitely kind of an ongoing learning process, getting better at it constantly. But honestly, time management is huge, and you don't have to choose one or the other. If you're spending an hour a day on your phone, then you have 9 weeks a year to dedicate to repair work. So repair work's good, consistent money. It's much more reliable than guitar making. I would rather be building guitars, but I also would rather be repairing guitars than working in a cubicle. So at the end of the day, it's still a good job. So manage your time. Hope this helps. Thanks for the question. I'll talk to you guys later.